Hi, and welcome to part 2 of Toxic People. There were a few things I didn't go over in the first video, and I kind of wanted to address. In the first video, I was a little emotional, maybe more emotional than I want to be, at least on a video. I was partly emotional because my ex-husband was not behaving well today. And I don't know why. I guess there is no answers because he is a toxic person and a toxic relationship. We're not in a relationship, but we are. This is our seasonal house, our seasonal house, and right now I am here because this is where my doctors are at. This is where my physical therapy is at. This is where I ended up, this is where I came, or where I had to come when I was rear-ended by a semi a couple months ago. And I mean, I paid like almost $300 Uber to get to this area. There was no way I could make it back to the Outer Banks where I live. It wasn't possible. And I also have business in this area, and I did not have a car. I ended up having to do something else, get something else. I thought my truck would be viable. It wasn't. The mechanic ended up saying it wasn't worth fixing. Of course, my ex-husband argues that point. He argues everything. Anyway, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, I was emotional earlier, and like I said, I don't like to be emotional, but I was, and I am, because, I don't like to be treated badly. Nobody likes to be treated badly. It's just, it's human nature. People don't want to be treated badly. They don't want to be treated like a doormat. And toxic people treat the people around them like doormats. They really do. But the thing that I wanted to address was, I was in the kitchen and my ex-husband is asking me, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Is everything okay? Oh, I think there's something wrong with you. You've been behaving weird today. I think there's something wrong with you. And I'm like, I have been fine today. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, if you think physically, yeah. Physically, I have a bad disc in my neck. I have, a bulging disc in my neck, a bulging disc that broke off in my low back. I'm waking up in the morning on the futon, hurting. Some days it's hard for me to even get out of bed. I actually think I do better. I actually think I do sleep better in the front seat of a car than I do on a futon, but that's another story. But anyways, so yeah, I wake up with some pain. Today I woke up hurting this morning. Yeah, physically, I was hurting. I drink too much kale smoothie. That's not the best. I have heartburn from the pasta I had for dinner. I did take a Pepsid AC for that. And I'm having a hard time kicking the heartburn, and I ate the pasta too late. I've done this before, and I swear, it's been a while since I did it, and I have to learn my lesson. This is a lesson I guess I forgot. Do not eat pasta. Eggplant parmesan is what I had. Do not eat that late. So when he asks me if I'm okay, yeah. Physically, I woke up in a lot of pain, 2 discs in my back, kale, pasta thing, eggplant with marinara sauce that I should not have eaten for supper or eaten for dinner. Yeah, physically, I could be better, a lot better. But, I mean, and even then, it's going to be a lot worse. But he wants to know if I'm okay. Yeah, physically, I could be better. Emotionally, I was fine today. I mean, sure, I didn't do a whole lot today. I probably should have done more. I didn't. I took Sunday and I didn't do anything. I'm sore from dancing yesterday. I sat and watched Criminal Minds all day, or pretty much. I mean, I did a little bit besides that. I could have been working all day around the house, but is that an emotional, whatever? I can't always think of the right words to use. That's something else. Is watching TV all day. Does that mean that there's something wrong with me? No. It just means that I was having a lazy day. It doesn't mean that I'm emotionally, an emotional cripple. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with me. But that's what toxic people do. They turn everything around on you and try to make everything your fault and make it look like you're the bad guy. They're the good guy. There's nothing wrong. They're the person. And that's exactly how my ex-husband does it. He tries to turn everything around and make it look like that I'm the bad person. I'm the bad guy. I'm the one that yelled. I'm the one that screamed. I'm the one that created the problems. I'm the bad person. When in reality, he's the one that's behaving badly. And that's just the way he is. It's the way toxic people are. And if you look up toxic people, well, you'll find all kinds of information out there. None of it is good. Believe me, I've read some of it, and it's just not good. But that's what toxic people do. They try to make it about you and not them. If they behave badly, then they try to turn it around and make it look like you're the one behaving badly. If whatever it is, I mean, they could grab a candy bar, and I don't even know if this falls under toxicity. It may fall under something else. I don't know, because I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I am not a clinical therapist. I am none of those things. But a toxic person, they can grab a candy bar on the way out of a store, not pay for it, walk out the door with it, and if they get caught, somehow it is your fault that they grabbed that candy bar and didn't pay for it. Years ago, I was with my former fiance, and we stayed at a motel, and I don't know why he didn't pay. I don't know. It's been many years ago. I don't remember, but he didn't want to pay, I guess. But anyway, a few weeks later, I found out that he got arrested. And I don't know. I guess they issued a warrant for his arrest actually they call it, this was in Florida, and they call it defrauding an innkeeper. Well, he started bellowing and screaming at me and saying that it was my fault. And that's what he was going to go in front of that's what he said. He was going to go in front of the court and tell the court that it was my fault, that I was supposed to pay the motel bill. And so, since I didn't pay the motel bill, they should come lock me up. I was at fault, and I wasn't even in Florida. I was out of state by that point. But that is classic. I didn't pay the motel bill because I expected you to pay it. And it doesn't matter if you agreed to it or not. I expect you to do it, and I didn't pay, so it's your fault I got arrested, and that's what I'm going to tell the court. Anyway. Laughable. It was just completely laughable. But I mean, that's a toxic person. Like I said, that they can walk out the door with something, not pay for it, and then say it's your fault. If they scream, it's your fault. If they drink, it is your fault. If they fall and skin their knee, it is your fault. Everything for a toxic person is about the other person. It's about making it the other person's problem, making it the other person's fault. And I guess you could say I'm very experienced with that one. My ex-husband is always blaming me, making it about me, saying, you're not behaving right. This is your fault. Or, this is the way toxic people behave. And I know I said before, I don't really have an answer for anyone. I don't, but except to share my own experiences with it. Anyway, I don't want to make this is number 2, and I don't want to make this video really, really long and talk all night about toxic people. That is not what I want to go to bed on my brain. I think my ex-husband finally went to sleep. Thank God. Thank God I can get some peace. Anyway, so with that, I'm going to end this video. Part 2, toxic people. I'm going to end this video. Hope everyone has a good week. God bless. Peace.